Prescott Van Meyer III, sommelier from home. Today is a special episode as we reignite the Cola Wars, raging for 100 years now. Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. And before we get into the review, like and subscribe really helps the page out. And if you like this content, be sure to share and comment. Don't be ashamed to share it on your social media platform. I think it makes you cool. It makes you PV3 cool. Maybe the lore weirds people out. I get it. No judgment. Nobody wants a guy who talks about his ex-wife all the time. At least that's what I learned on all my dates. I say all, I meant both. All right, Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. Has there ever been a war fought as brutally and as mercilessly as the Cola Wars? I can't think of any. Of course, we have the front runner, Coca-Cola, created in 1886 by John Stiles Pemberton, followed 12 years later by Pepsi, created by Caleb Bradham. That's right, these initially were pharmaceutical concoctions, and as we all know, they used to have cocaine in it. That's right, these were pick-me-up tonics people would get at the local pharmacology store. It was one of those cure-alls you would get. Whatever ails you, the cola was the way to treat it. Coke, cocaine, cocaine. The good old days. Couldn't you have been a little more original? Putting cocaine in? Just gonna call it Coke? Nothing? Yeah, rumor has it that Pepsi's first name was laudanum, or heroin. Maybe they could have called it Heroes instead of heroin in it. Or Opie's, Opium Cola. I don't know if Pepsi ever had opiates in it, but just throwing it out there. There are some days where I wish they did have it. Not today. Today I'm feeling great and excited about this. Yeah, these long-standing Cola Wars, I know I grew up in a time where tensions were high. I remember Pepsi saying at one point that most people preferred their taste to Coca-Cola in blind taste tests. I think it was like 9 out of 10. But the reason is because in the taste test, Pepsi just had more sugar. But when it came to leisure drinking of colas in cans, people still preferred Coca-Cola. Market share has reflected that ever since. But in today's taste test, we're not just following the willy-nilly preferences of the general public. No, we're using the palate of a master sommelier. Me. So without further ado, let's end these Cola Wars once and for all when I declare the victor. First up in today's battle, let's look at the cans. I was really kind of delighted to find both of these little tall boys. The little joys in life, All right, so we got the original Coca-Cola can, that bright red, recognizable across the globe. And then you have Pepsi Blue. So when it comes to iconic status around the globe, I think the numbers speak for themselves. Coca-Cola is above and beyond, recognized pretty much everywhere. And Pepsi, been messing around with their logo for a little bit. They're not bad. It's not a bad logo. It's just not as recognizable as Coca-Cola. I covered up that Pepsi and showed you that. Maybe you think it's a Japanese car company. Maybe you're wondering if you should vote for Obama again. I do appreciate that these cans are both being honest and saying that a serving size is the entire can. They're not sneaking in that 2 servings per container bullshit. That's a lot of sugar. Oof. 110% of your daily intake is sugar in here. That's ridiculous. Well, they tell you, if you do anything, give it 110%, so well done, Pepsi. Coke is at 104%. Lagging behind. Now, the good news is, since I eat so much processed food these days, that sugar is not gonna be a problem for me, or my liver, or my pancreas. Kidneys might have a little bit of a tough time, but I've got 2 of those. All right, let's open it up. That traditional Coca-Cola flavor. Caramel. Carbonated beverage. Takes me right back to junior high school, riding the pirate ship at the local state fair, and then later puking my Coca-Cola and cotton candy all over Dana's shoes. She was gonna go to the school dance with me, and after that, well, she asked Chad. And he went with her, and 2 other girls. They all said it was because he could drive. Getting notes of caramel color, phosphoric acid, that preserves the color. Smells like Santa's beard. Coca-Cola, they're big with the holidays. Just a hint of pre-diabetes. Just a hint. Just a tiny little hint. Well, that's certainly the favorite. That is just some deep American nostalgia. And now let's open up Pepsi. A little bit more cola-y than the Coca-Cola, I'd say. almost minty. There's a little bit of mint in there. You know, I'm not tasting it yet, but boy, I could just sense that 6% additional sugar that Pepsi is carrying. I do get notes of a little bit of desperation. Wanting to be as good as its older brother. Kind of identify it in that way. In some ways, you could say that I'm the Pepsi and Chad is the Coca-Cola. You know, Pepsi constantly thinking, who is my real dad? Who's my real mom? All right, let's do a little side by side. Interesting. I've actually trained my nostrils to smell different things in each nostril. So right is smelling Coke, left is smelling Pepsi. Kind of digging the Pepsi on this, to be honest with you. I think Pepsi is the clear winner when it comes to the sniff test. That's a cocaine joke. And it's all in good fun. You don't have to worry about me doing cocaine. I certainly can't afford it at this point in my life. All right, let's try the taste test. First, Coca-Cola. Well, it's very sweet. Got that old-fashioned, tried and true cola flavor to it, that's for sure. Do you remember as a kid, maybe it not being as sweet as this, but maybe it's always been this sweet. I don't remember. I said I do remember, but I don't. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of Coke. Coca-Cola. Trying to save money, I'm drinking a lot of the generic colas these days. It's nice to taste the real thing. They do say delicious and refreshing on the can. Not totally sure I agree with the refreshing part. Well, I'm certainly getting the hints of vanilla, cinnamon, even a touch of coriander in there. Obviously, nobody knows the true recipe for Coca-Cola. That is an industry secret. And I'm pretty sure 13-year-old boys crushing these back right before gym class never considered coriander as one of the flavor profiles, but I'm telling you, it's in there. Hopefully, Coca-Cola doesn't send some of their corporate goons after me to take me out. You get the sense they have a pretty strong legal team over there. And I do not have a strong legal team, Brian. Okay, let's move on to Pepsi. Definitely sweeter, noticing that right away. A little bit more minty, like vanilla mint coming in. Almost raisiny. Vanilla and raisin kind of mixed together. A little bit more bursting of a flavor, I would say. A little stronger. Coca-Cola is a little bit more relaxed. Pepsi almost has a fruity nature to it. So it's interesting. I mean, Coca-Cola is kind of the baseline, what all colas are sort of judged against, but Pepsi is a little bit different. Almost fruitier. I don't know if it's the choice of a new generation, which was a pretty lofty goal that they had, and which we could say that they didn't quite achieve. I at least just don't remember an entire generation being all about Pepsi. Maybe I just missed those years. Who would be drinking this? Kendall Jenner, solving the world's problems one undefined protest then can at a time. Who else? Now, people in the drive-thru who asked for Coca-Cola and were immediately asked, is Pepsi okay? To which they replied, I guess. Wait, do you have Sprite? No, we have Sierra Mist. Oh. Do you have Mountain Dew? Oh, we have Squirt. Oh. Do you have Dr. Pepper? We have Mr. Pibb. Oh. All right, whatever, Long John Silver, just give me something to drink with my meal. Does Long John Silver have a drive-thru? I mean, I hesitate to envision an actual sit-down area, so I would assume they do have a drive-thru. You know what? Just give me the Pepsi. That's fine. I'll just take a Pepsi. I hear they're good in taste tests. You know, looking back at that, I can see now why my father was so upset at me in the drive-thru windows. I was a very particular child. Who would be drinking this? Well, polar bears, they can't get enough of it. They are Coca-Cola fiends. They will bite your head off to get a sweet, sweet can of Coca-Cola. You never see that part in the commercial. Polar bears fighting each other, all the other animals to get to the Coke. The gruesome splattering of red blood on the white snow across the Arctic landscape. The defiled bodies of baby seals strewn across the landscape as the gluttonous polar bear is consuming can after can of Coca-Cola. A few of the seal bodies still twitching, fresh from the kill. Ah, you can taste it. Yeah, I remember Chad used to always get his name on the Coca-Cola can when they were doing the names. Never did find a Prescott. Never got a can with my name on it. Pardon me. and that tasted very vanilla-y. Classic flavor, the Coca-Cola burp. I would pair this with a toddler that finally got a full weekend with grandma and was just pounding these little 7-ounce cans from the fridge all weekend. And then just drops the kids off with you 4:30 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, unleashing a hellish amount of chaos into your home. Pepsi, I'd pair it with pretty much anything I'd pair Coca-Cola with. They're virtually the same. You know what? Let's do it. People have been wanting to see me drink out of spittoon for a while. Here's your chance. That's nice. That's actually pretty good. Well, I've tasted them separately, I've tasted them together. Spittoon got involved. It's been a real whirlwind in this final battle between the two colas. But I gotta say, only one can reign supreme. So who is my winner today in the cola war? Well, it's obviously Coca-Cola, obviously. Yeah. It's just a little bit more subtle, a little bit more easy to drink. Nice try, Pepsi. Because I tell you one thing that's never happened. Hi, can I have a Pepsi? Is Coca-Cola okay? Oh. Well, do you have any squirt?